Hello, friends. I am Chevy. Wow, I haven't said that in a while. How are you? How's things? Hi, friends. 8 years of doing this, and it's hard not to say that opening. But I liked it better without it. I don't think I need to say this isn't about me. I mean, it is. It's literally about me. But whatever. I didn't have anything to talk about today, so I was looking through the list of questions that have been asked. I keep a list when you guys ask questions. And one of them, I believe, I didn't write down who, but I believe it was California Chris. In my head, that's the correct answer. The question was about spring cleaning. Do you do spring cleaning? What's your spring cleaning look like? That kind of thing. And my kind of silly response is that really a thing? I know it's a thing. I grew up in a house with a mom that is extremely, or was, I don't know if she still is, but she was extremely like germophobic and a clean freak. And so for her, spring cleaning was a very real thing. But for me, it just seemed like she was doing the stuff she normally does. Like my mom's the kind of person that will, multiple, like once a month take things off the wall and scrub the walls. I have never scrubbed the walls in my house, ever. Like, I've never seen the reason to do that. But she did. Of course, they had kind of a textured wall, so whatever. But that was my whole life. So spring cleaning was very much a thing growing up. As an adult, it's not really a thing. What I would call spring cleaning, I do when... it's more like a purge for me. I don't necessarily, I just clean as we clean, regularly, run the vacuum, dust the house, that kind of thing. I don't have any special spring things that I have to do, other than maybe cleaning the gutters out. Like, maybe outside stuff, trimming hedges, that kind of stuff, that's a good spring activity. But inside the house, we just maintain it on a daily basis. So there's no, major pull everything out cleaning. Because when we run the vacuum in the living room, we pull everything out anyway. So it's not like we're just kind of always doing that. Or if we're doing a maintenance sweep where we don't do that, whatever. I know that spring cleaning is a thing, but it's not, as an adult, it's not really been a part of my consciousness. And so it was an interesting question because I am curious to know if, for instance, here in America, I have central air, meaning that I have heating and cooling in my house, central air. I basically don't open my windows ever. And I mean, we have, especially in the spring, in the fall, when it's cool outside, not necessarily cold, but it's cool, and we don't want to turn the air conditioner on because there's no need, we'll open windows. Unlike what I've experienced in Europe, where the windows are open just by default because they typically don't have central air or bugs, apparently. Here in America, when I open windows, there's screens in front of all of my windows. Like, bugs aren't getting in. But we will, I would say maybe a half dozen times a year, my windows will be open. So I do know that is like a spring cleaning where you get to open the windows and kind of dust the house out of all the winter chaff. Maybe that's a real thing in parts of Europe, or maybe even the more temperate climates here. Like, I know, lots of people in California, or not necessarily California, say for instance Hawaii. I lived in Hawaii for 3.5 years. Nobody has air conditioning there. They just open the window. Their houses are just open because it's 90 degrees, but there's zero humidity, so it's not hot. It's just comfortable year round to there. So in the winter time, it's not. I mean, in the winter time, it'll get to the 50s and stuff, and they will close the windows. But I can tell you, in the spring, yeah, open the house up, sweep it out. I know that's a thing, but not where I'm from, really. I don't see my neighbors doing major spring cleanings. Going back to what I was going to say, for me, what you would call a spring cleaning, or what I would consider a spring cleaning, I do it whenever it gets to the point where it needs done, is purging buildup. not necessarily dirt or debris, but just stuff, right? Like, it's time to get rid of stuff we're not enjoying or using or whatever. In America, we tend to have just, I mean, look at me. Look at this place. I have too much stuff. Like, way too much stuff. Now, this stuff gets used, but there's a lot of stuff in my house that does not get used. And there are times when I'll go, well, you know what? I'm not really doing this hobby anymore. It's time to get rid of that. That would be, to me, like that purge is spring cleaning. And we often have, in conjunction with the spring and sometimes the fall, we will have like a municipal amnesty day, like a waste amnesty day. I don't know what they call it, but it's basically like, I think it's coming up. I think it's maybe next week or something like that here. You can pretty much put anything out and they'll take it. And you're not getting charged extra or anything like that. Like the city pays extra to the trash so that you can get rid of couches and appliances and just stuff that's built up in your house. When I was my old place of work, we were in an old elementary school building, like in a neighborhood, and there they had like, when it was that spring cleaning day, when you put the trash out, they had like earth movers, like bucket bulldozers that would drive down the street and pick up everybody's trash and dump it into a truck because people threw away like all kinds of stuff. So, you know, I don't know. I try to just keep cleanish. Like we're not neat freaks in my house. We are clean-ish. We are, you know, if you tell me you're coming over, I need 10 minutes to make the house great, right? Like that, we're 10 minutes away from having a perfectly presentable house. And that's usually just a matter of putting some stuff away that's on the counter, you know, like horizontal surfaces get whatever. And maybe a light dusting or something. But for the most part, we're pretty clean. And so we don't really need to tear the entire house apart and do anything crazy like scrub walls. I just don't do that. And in fact, and I also don't. I think in the time I've lived in this house, 13 years, I've maybe washed the windows 3 times. Like I have curtains. I don't I don't care. That maybe I shouldn't have admitted that. Yeah. So what does spring cleaning look like for you? I don't remember if it was California Chris who asked the question. What does spring cleaning look like in California? What does spring cleaning look like where you are? I'd love to know. Let me know. In the comments, please leave a like while you're down there and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're gaining subscribers for the first time in like 5 or 6 years. That feels pretty cool. I appreciate you. I'll see you tomorrow. Today's 1,000 plus little things happy, successful people do differently. We are learning 30 lessons for finding strength in hard times. Number 5, life is fragile, sudden, and shorter than it often seems. Spend your time wisely today and pause long enough to appreciate it. Every moment you get is a gift. Don't waste time by dwelling on the past. Spend it on things that move you in the direction you want to go. Yeah. I mean, the moment. This moment might be your only moment, so enjoy it.